Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very refreshing raspberry and lemon juice drink. A fine beverage for a hot summer's day, which it currently is not. I think it's 4 degrees outside. Either way, welcome back to Prison Architect, where it is probably not 4 degrees. It is indeed quite warm, where previously we were once again expanding, got another cell block put in, generally progressed on, managed the prisoners, and, well, there is a couple of security concerns, but overall I think we're fairly okay. Needs are being met, our regime is set, and yeah, overall I think we're doing alright. In this episode, at a minimum, we want to go ahead and build these other 2 cell blocks here. We also want to put a fence around the outside, some road gates, and do something with this room, which has been neglected for oh so long. So over to quick build and cloning, and naturally we are just going to make a clone of this entire thing here. So we're just going to click and select all of that one, and then it's going to go in there. It does say it's going to cost $7.50, but that's without the additional stuff in the rooms. So let's just see what happens. A couple of points of note. Firstly, as people rightly pointed out, we can assign doctors to these rooms here, so I'm definitely going to set them up so we have at least 2 doctors in here, and then actually we're not even going to put one in there because, well, it says there needs to be a doctor on standby, but I don't know if they actually need to go there. Let's just see, how many doctors do we have? I'm just going to check out our staffing here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we got more than enough to fulfill that need. And we also have, Shopland fighting Clark here. Now why is that? Well, Shopland has an unknown trait, but it looked like Shopland was attacking them, so I'm actually not too sure here. We can hear tasers going off, we can see dogs are coming to subdue them, and they're immediately being healed. People were mentioning about, as well, the non-lethal sniper. We do have non-lethal snipers unlocked, as well as the taser rollout. A lot of the time, though, we're just on free fire, so if you have free fire on, then it sort of overrides that thing anyway. Over to building, we're talking about this thing here. We also have this room, and I was thinking, what can we put in? And a shop came to mind. We could have had a mail room, but I think to keep the sort of jungle type theme going on, which I think was I think it's been a good decision. People have really enjoyed the focusing on the theme of the facility, and not just putting every single building down, which is it's useful, but it doesn't really reflect what we're trying to go for here. But what we can have is a cinema. And yeah, ideally we would put it outside, but we've already got the building, so we're going to put it in here. So over to objects, we need to put in, let me just zoom right in and go down here, the projector screen, and I mean, I could place it there, or I could place it there. Now, I think you just place it anywhere, it doesn't really matter. There is the projector, which will rotate, and we'll put in here. And then we need bench, small bench, bamboo bench. Basically, we need there's everything you can place in here. I like the idea of the sort of brown chairs. Like, that's as comfy as you're going to get. But then, to be fair, you've got the modern school desks, so I don't really know what to go for. I think we're going to go with, like, say, these not swivel chairs, or yeah, maybe go with the yellow chairs. We've got water coolers, we've got leather chairs. It's a bit overkill. Oak benches, bleachers. You put bleachers in there. I don't know how tall the building is. Perhaps that's not the way to go. Let's just stick with the bamboo then, and that'll fit in rather nicely. And there you go. So that is our cinema. Put a bit back there, and that should be job done. So we'll just max speed out while we crack on with that. We have just received some more people, and there is some traits there, some unknown traits. We also have decent informants as well. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think informants, including our legendary prisoner, I believe. Aston? No, they're not a CI, and they are not wanting to be a CI. Yeah, and I'm sure we got another couple of others there. Anyway, we can get rid of them as well. I was trying to find out how to do it. It's actually in the security menu, and we'd have to find Rogers in that list. But basically, yeah, you can just click on them and then remove prisoner. It costs $5, and you can't do it for a while. It's always a point of contention because they come in, and I wouldn't say they are legendary prisoners are entertaining. I think it really depends on what side of the tracks you are, whether you like to see... Ooh, we do have some infected prisoners. Yeah, tropical fever. Infected? Is that the right term? Either way, we are... They have a tropical illness, so we are still running the correct... I think we're still running the correct programs for that. We have... Where is it? Tropical fever vaccine. Yeah, we are still running that. So that is totally fine. Yeah, so, I mean, obviously, the legendary prison, the whole thing, some people really like it, some don't. If nothing else, it does bring more eventfulness. It's much more eventful when they're here. It does increase eventfulness, for sure. And that is actually spreading quite a bit. Okay. If I was to do lockdown, would it work? Because it would lock everybody in there, but then they wouldn't be able to go for the tropical fever vaccine. So we'll just have to see how we get on. We are going for the Reform Through Education Initiative. Another grant that we can pick up is going to be... I don't think we're going to go for Subblock D. We're going to go with the Reform Program Research, which... has no chance of passing. Okay, I thought we were much more past that. So it's animal therapy, it's reform prisoner consultation, and it's 3 strikes program. And well, 3 strikes training. Yeah, the general. I mean that's just not happening. That program, it's just not gonna happen. How we're doing for this? Oh, have I installed that the wrong way around? It looks like I have. Okay, I'll have to fix that. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. Whoa. Escape there. Let's zoom in. Yeah, there. Okay. So someone successfully went over the fence to there. The barbed wire on top of the fence. There's a sniper there. I mean, they are cheesed off and exhausted. And there's no snipers along here. There's one person coming to their thing. Okay. It wouldn't be a tunnel, because the closest tunnel would be around here, which would go left. So they must have just jumped over the wall, unless it's inaccurate, which is always a possibility. How strange. Anyway, back over to here. And projector. I think that's the correct way. Yeah. Yeah, that's the back. Alright. And you don't need to set a particular event or anything like that. It'll just work. I'm going to go flooring. Jungle path. Put the jungle path in there. Jungle path is all set for them, which is perfectly fine. There we go. It's now in. It's now working. We have a projector. A projector screen, and the bamboo benches. Let's just see how that fares. So, looks like that's getting built. Not really too sure what dance that dog handler was doing. They were coming along here in a very strange manner. Power is fine over there, and fine over there. That was the temporary permanent one. The one that is temporary but will probably become permanent. So let's get an informants here. A couple of activations. I want to activate some people or informants, and I want to see what sort of thing we have in terms of targeting or issues. There's a potential CI. Tom Bernard. We'll recruit those. And these two here, Federal Witness and Federal Witness. So those are being targeted. Those are being targeted. However, do we want to assign a guard to them? Unassigned guard. An unassigned guard. They've got guards assigned to them, so that's fine. Yep, that is totally fine. So we're on 100% coverage anyway. Let's just deactivate and deactivate. We don't want to increase that suspicion any further than it has to. Yeah, antagonising radio is still going. Radio broadcasts are getting our inmates riled up. Well, unless they can hear through 1 square solid stone walls with added absorbent moss and leafage, I think we'll be alright. We're also getting good prisoner releases. Reform is 38%. Punishment, reform grade, and security grade is really up there. Work experience is exceptionally poor, even though we have a lot of people working in, well, the kitchen, the laundry, in here. I think the only way to increase that is to have pretty much everybody with a job and do like bakery and all of that sort of thing, which is something we may look at if we expand. Let's open that door so the guys can continue working there. And we're getting the other alert here, and that's people getting sent away. Oh, hang on. Appears to be a little bit of a disagreement here between these inmates. That person is tough and fearless, which is a terrible combo. Oh, there's all of the tropical fever stuff around there. It's following Armstrong, to be fair. They're in middle stage of tropical fever. Have they recently went through any... Yeah. Tropical fever vaccine is failed. That's most likely what's gone on there, then. How are we doing for our prisoners? We have more maximum than medium. So I'm going to close off the max sec intake. Oh, we can receive a legendary prisoner. And that's not going to happen. We're not going to do that. So that guy's getting healed. I'm just going to double check our programs for staff. Fire safety training is on the go. First aid training 2. And guard taser we don't need to do. Danger level is flying up. Staff morale is low. Let me double check all this then. Staff needs huge bladder and bowel needs. But we've got these toilets here, unless that has not been set to staff only. It is definitely staff only. They do have an area where they can use. Rest is curious. Are we just understaffed? There's the food coming in. Yeah, it's just these needs are not being fulfilled. Okay. Another option is we make a separate area for... Well, for basically a toilet block, a staff toilet block. But where would it go? It would have to be around here. Which is something we don't want. Prison needs are also pretty much okay. There's a need for luxuries, they're shouting for luxuries, but that's par for the course, really. I just realised as well that that scanner machine's going to have to move, which is a bit of a shame. Let's remove it. I'll move it to... It's not letting me put it really anywhere because of these birthday presents, which you can't get rid of by the look of it as well. I think people have had a similar thing. Wallace is kicking off there. They are volatile. Yeah, that's sort of what they do. So we'll move that and we'll put it there. The reason I'm having to shift it is because the fencing is going to go across and round, which is something we need to put in, which I'll do now, actually. So, actually, walls and doors. Doors. It is in here somewhere. Cage gate, keycard door, remote white door, road gate and road barrier. The road gate can go there, and it can go there. Put one in, and it's what, 1,000 each, so not terribly expensive. I'm not going to put a barrier in. This is just for a little added security for prisoners doing a sort of blitz out attempt. So door servo will go in there and there. Naturally have to wire that up so it can come across and in. A similar thing here too, across and then to there. And the fencing will be rusty fence grass. No, long grass. Yeah. We're just going to go across and then straight up. And we might have trouble. No, we've lucked out a bit. So we might. I was going to say we might have problems with a birthday present or something. But it's fine. Let's just do the wiring here. So connecting up the scanner to the actual scanner. Scanner? That's a word now. And that's also a legit tunnel. No doubt in my mind that that's legit. Don't know where it's coming from though. So tunnel search all sectors. Looks like this is correct as well. We should have all of the wiring and water in, which we do. Yep, we do. Quick. Custom cloning. And there's the last cell block. While we're working with that, wiring, connections, and that has 8 connections, that has 8, that has 2, so we can put that one in, and then naturally the other one in as well. So we found at least 2 tunnels, 3 tunnels, 1, 2, 3, but we haven't found the tunnel around here, which is the main one. So, I mean, place your bets. I'm going to dismantle that toilet. I'm going to dismantle that toilet. Because it's going to be one of them. It might be both. Might be more. Oh. Ah. It appears that Adam Hornick, prisoner number 191048850, has not been accepted for their parole hearing. And as such has killed the parole lawyer, which I'm sure is going to improve his chances of being paroled next time. Not. Well, there's nothing much we could have done there. We literally have a patrol between going here and here with an armed guard. If we had free fire on, it might have prevented that. But who knows. Radio host apparently has been fired, so we don't have to worry about that. Not that we were doing so previously anyway. So there's pretty much everything searched. I'm going to stop the search there. But we're still waiting for these to be removed. Oh, I was going to say, the doggo's coming along. It got to there and then turned around. Brilliant. It's exactly what you want, really. Oh, we've had another person. Enrollment of 10 prisoners in animal therapy. We have another person in animal therapy, which is good. We need 10 prisoners to pass the foundation education course. We are... foundation and then general. So foundation, we are, I think, still running. Yes, 7 interested, but only 1 enrolled. 1 passed. Kitchen safety and hygiene is still going. Pharmacological treatment, drug addiction is 18 finished. It says there's not enrolled, but I can clearly see some people there, so we'll leave it. Alcoholic group, we're going to keep running. Parole, yep, no problem. Spiritual guidance, we'd probably benefit from running it again. Whoa! Okay. That's curious. Let me just double check something in here first. I think that's about it. Was it 3 strikes? There we go. So, there's the tunnel. It did come from the north bit. 2 people working. And it comes all the way down. And then right across underneath both of the gates at the front. That is a long tunnel. That is exceptionally good work. I'm not even mad. That's exceptionally good work. That means we've got a hole in our security. That's the patrols, and both are set to dog patrols. Okay. In that case, then, what we're going to have is a dog patrol on here. Assign dog handlers. Yes. How many do we have, is the question. We have 8 dog handlers. We now have more dog handlers. Yeah, that's fine. Snipers. We're going to get 2 more. We are going to get 2 more. That was curious that it got all that way. Wow. Let's put the toilets back in. So we've got the road gates, and we have, not that you can see anything, we've got the road gates in. Let's put the door control system in. 1 and 2. There we go. They're all connected up and wired up. We've got the walls put in, which means that we can set that to staff only. These two we can also probably set to staff only. Doesn't really matter though. And I think, apart from the odd little bit here and there, we're pretty much sorted. We've got our road gates, we've got our fencing. Only the inner fence has barbed wire, not the external fence. There's another tunnel there, and I believe that tunnel search, not that tunnel search works. I mean, end of conversation. Not that tunnel search really works. So, we're guesstimating it's that one. Yep, didn't do a thing. But we did find a crowbar. If I dismantle that toilet, let's see what happens. Oh, found a lot of stuff, and turned people away as well. How do you get one of them advanced stun buttons? Where do you get that from? Let's have a look at that. It was that one. It was smuggled in. So it mustn't have gone through the scanner. How curious. And I think we'll turn off that tunnel search. I think because of how jammed up this thing is, it's just taking a while to get stuff through the system. That's anything we set up in policy. We don't want stun buttons. We are prioritising monitoring. Needs have been fulfilled. That's, yeah, looking better than it was. Valuation. We can buy shares, which we will, just so we can claim that we own all of our facility. Which I think is a fairly okay proposition. Don't know if anyone's actually used the cinema. We're going to keep an eye on it. See if anyone actually does. So here we go. So I think it's quite a smart thing here. So this is Clark, who's watching a movie, but if you look here, it's our prison. It's what's been made. And I don't know exactly how it works, but it's basically taking a sort of snapshot of the facility, whether it's basically just taking a screenshot and then just panning it around on here, or whether it's just like another type of, basically another virtual camera. Who knows? But it's just a cool little thing to check out. How we're doing over here. Since we're doing alright, what else then is absolutely desperately needed? I'm not seeing it. Road gates, door servos, they're all in. We've got danger level going down. That's going to change because I am going to do a full shakedown tonight because it's been some time since we've done one. We are having to reduce our reform to 30% or below. Sorry, no, to 30%. It's currently 38%. 17% reoffending rate in here. Punishment high, security high. 2 prisoners escaped. I'm not entirely sure how. Well, one went this way, and then we've the other one apparently around here, which means climbing over that barbed wire fence and being able to, well, the snipers missed, did they? I mean, I have no idea what's gone on there. But, I mean, I think it's time to talk really about the facility. So the original goal was to use the new Jungle DLC and make a, I mean, some would say rustic, some would say run down, others may say garbage, but whatever it is, we wanted to make a facility that leans into that whole isolated, out there, maybe not up to spec type of facility. So we got rusty fencing, and also we had the idea that like maybe it's been, you know, obviously something else and abandoned and repurposed, hence why it's like overgrown walls and this ancient stone. Who knows what the fun is in nattering about it. But yeah, the idea was to have that. Originally I wanted a big staff-only, a big yard area in the middle. We've ended up with 2 staff-only areas with a massive sort of corridor through the middle, and yeah, we've used a lot of, I think all of the new stuff. So we've got the visitor reception, which is good for checking people and stop contraband being brought in. Also checking for jungle illness. We have the external and barbed wired up. I was going to say and barbed wired up solitary, but is that actually... Yeah, it is set to solitary. You just can't hardly see it, but it is definitely set. Yeah, that goes down when we do that. There we go. We've got the new cinema, which is in, which is fine. We are using the new camp bed, which is also netted. We're using a lot of the fire pits to ward off, like say, mosquitoes, I believe. And external canteen. One of the biggest like takeaways, really. And speaking of takeaways, we really do need to take away a lot of these food trays. They're cracking on with it. You can see it's working. It's just taking a while to do that. But we didn't. Yeah, obviously we've also went with a lot of guard towers. The problem is getting around is just a nightmare, and that is a flaw in the design. Oh, what now? One of the teachers has also been bringing in huge amounts of contraband. But we were going to do a search, but ended up not doing it. There's teaching over here, which is... Was that reformed prisoner consultation, perhaps? Could be. Yeah, we were going to do a shakedown. We'll do it once we've finished building here. Let's lock open. Oh, hang on. What's going on here? We've got Al Lindsay there fighting. And that there... Toilet removed, but no tunnel found. How curious. That's just been searched again, so it's unlikely to be that one. I don't know what that would be then. But yeah, we went with a mix of medium and max sec prisoners. We have events turned on. We also have tunneling, which we've seen quite a bit of. This wall, rusty fence with a barbed wire, definitely fits the theme, but perimeter wall would be better. At least we have all of these snipers protecting with the new non-lethal sniper options selected. External yards, well, the yards are always external, but the yards where they are here, overlooked by the snipers, has sort of helped us out. We've had the odd bit of violence, the odd extra bit of... God, everyone's going to be a CI at this point. The odd extra spiciness with the legendary prisoners, but for the most part it's been alright, especially for the type of prisoners that we have. And I think with that we have our last cell block complete. There you go. And I think we shall make a note here. That's pretty much completed. There you go. That's the jungle facility. Total population, 144. What could have been done better? Well, as always, many things in hindsight and all of that, but probably would have wanted to focus on a protective custody. I do like that we leaned into the theme again and went, you know what, no, we wouldn't have this. We just wouldn't protect them. It's not that type of facility. Rightly or wrongly, that's the decision we thought we'd go for narratively. And there's definitely a tunnel around there. Let me just dismantle these two toilets here just to see how we get on. And yeah, assigning the guards is I think it's a fairly decent compromise. But yeah, overall, happy with the build. Definitely for the future, I think, just lean into a certain theme. There's that tunnel again. Wow. And they've been taken out. They got really far. They got really far. I think tunneling is now the biggest risk factor when it comes to escaping from this. You can't really run out the front door. You've got this and this. You've got guards patrolling, and now you have to get all the way down top and bottom to break open one of those doors because you can't get over that fence. Yeah, escaping is probably the way to go, but then obviously you can see what it is like. Either way, we shall find out, but we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect and the Jungle DLC facility. Overall, happy with it. Like the theme, like the design. Colours are all a bit different when using new textures. There you go. Next couple of episodes will be Extreme Testing Initiative and Escape Mode, where we try and break out of this. That not only tells us where the flaws are, but also it's a bit of fun. And yeah, I think it's going to be via tunneling. After that, well, we'll have to see if we want to either continue with this prison and do some expansion. Expansion would mean probably a lot more forestry and workshops, possibly farming. That leans into sort of this idea, or we could leave it there, make it another series. I don't know. We shall see how we get on. By all means, feel free to put a comment in the comments. As always, hope you have enjoyed the episode and the series. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.